Imagine you're 15 and traveling to a new city. You're just trying to get on the damn train when a corporation suddenly abducts you, whisks you off to a ribbon cutting ceremony on a roof, then aggressively starts pressuring you to push a button you know nothing about. Therefore, and especially unbeknownst to you and everyone else, breaking the fabric of time and space. Now, class, this experimental cellular network is called 7G. Yes, it was launched to help improve life, but instead it warped reality itself. You follow? So Japan was left in a disheveled, chaotic mess with bizarre changes to the environment, people. It altered everyday life, right? Now, for example, pay attention here. In Agano, once you turn 21, you become an animal human. Now, 2 years later, this girl, Shizuru Chigura, high school student from where? Agano, comes across evidence that her missing friend and classmate, Yoka Nakatomi, is actually alive in Ikebukuro. However, there is, of course, no reliable or accessible transportation options, and the dangerous new landscape made walking on foot just not an option, right? So, Chikura collaborates with the only adult human in town to operate an abandoned train in order to find her friend, 30 stops away in Ikebukuro. However, on the day that she was set out to leave, her friends tag along at the last minute, so they all embarked on this one track adventure that honestly exposed them to a lot of dangers that far surpassed anything that they knew or encountered while living in Agano. Thank you for taking that prerequisite course, because frankly, without it, nothing I would say for the rest of this video would make a lick of sense. And if you're thinking it, yes, you're right. Capitalism is here to blame yet again. Now, due to 7G, everyone's lives have really been changed for the last 2 years. And some people have it way better than others. So, I'm ranking 13 train stations to see which are the best to live in and which are the absolute worst from the point of view of a wayward traveler. And I will be your guide. I'm going to put on my hat and become a member of the Black Leopards. Yes, in this post-apocalyptic Japan, they still get deliveries thanks to the Black Leopards of Nagato Unso Company. And we have seen things. But anyways, like, this list is going to be quite subjective, not scientific in the slightest. And in the anime, they don't feature all 30 stops, so we're only going to rank the ones from the show. And another caveat that I want to add here, I'm not very good at speaking Japanese. And we're going to learn together. We're going to grow together, right? All right. Let's set off. So, number 13, we have Agano, right? This is the starting point of the whole story. This is the station where once you turn 21, you become an animal, a human animal, animal human. Honestly, like, this is the best place to live in my opinion, just because like the adult lives aren't that bad. It's really just like a gamble choice of what creature you get. And to be honest, like, you still have your human mind, you just like have the animal body, you eat the animal things that they eat. It's not, listen, there could be and we'll see much worst ways to exist, I feel like, and survive. And like, you're with all your neighbors that you know. Like, I don't know, I feel like I could do it. There is one like caveat where some people are like slowly succumbing more to the animal side of their characteristics, which, I mean, that sucks, but like, you don't really remember. So it maybe sucks for the people around you. So like, if you're walking down the street and your buddy who's now a tiger is suddenly really in his tiger phase because he's been a tiger for so long, I'd be like, "Ooh, I'm just a gazelle. Can you not try to kill me?" But that's a risk I'm willing to take, right? And we can figure out ways how to deal with the carnivores, with the dangerous carnivores at another time. Next up, you have Oizumi Gakuen. Now, in this place, number 12, you're a humanoid pig. And I mean, you're just you look the same as everyone else. You're all just like these pig peoples. You got your family. You can still own a business and have some sense of normalcy. You are led by cartoon characters, which, frankly, I feel like in real life, I'm led by cartoon characters. It's only like under Agano because, frankly, I feel like I'd be kind of bored if everyone was like the same humanoid pig, right? Like the diversity is cute, makes stuff interesting and fun. So at number 11, we have Inariyama, which is essentially you're just tiny. Think Toy Story, but smaller. Everything else is small too. The cars are small, the buildings, the planes. Therefore, it's just perception. Everything is normal. That's normal life. This is the Japanese self defense force place. Um, and there's this like tyrant ruler guy, and I don't like him. That's why he's lower. That's why this is not like the number one. Now at number 10, we have Shinamachi. And honestly, this is just we're starting to get into like suspect territory, right? Because it's like abandoned or just okay, empty. Empty is the word we should use. And I don't know if it's because the people are hiding or the people, well, we know some people got detained, arrested, turned into custard, egg custard to be specific, which, and there are four mangaka who are running the place, controlling the show. So I guess it's kind of like don't piss them off, don't piss off the ruler who's in like the next station over. So it's a risky way of life, I'd say. So if you're someone who likes to rock the boat, if you're someone who can't fly under the radar, keeps themselves, you probably will end up getting messed up. So you probably don't want to live here. But I feel like if you can really keep to yourself, if you can be quiet, if you can follow the rules, I would say that this station is fine for you. Now the next one, number 9. Ugh. Number 9 is Ikebukuro, the place where we're trying to get this entire show. Physically, it's weird. Like the buildings are just lopsided and loopsy daisy. You got weird plants and creatures coming out of all different types of crevices. Things are floating upside down, wacky psychedelic colors. So for some people, that's like, oh, that's fine. That's just how my brain looks every day. And for others, it's like, well, that's actually distracting as crap. I can't focus. And then people like me who are in the middle, which is constantly like, I feel like I would adapt. However, big asterisk here. There is a tyrant. People say that Ikebukuro is a gauntlet and you'll get turned into egg custard. Yeah, once you get turned into egg custard, there's no going back. And I'm weary of life like that. Like I'm ugh. We see signs of life in Ikebukuro. So like you could take your chances. You might be able to get a job, right? So employment. At number 8, we have Hano. And 7th station, the trees are shaped like humans. That's it. Especially when we get to these next stations. And I didn't mention it at station number 12. I didn't mention it, at the humanoid pig station. But, like, those are people. I mentioned it in Agano. The animals are people. Like, yes, the civilians that were alive the day 7G went down. So I feel like it's safe to say that these trees shaped like humans could very well just be humans, frozen in time, forever. I can't live there. They're too creepy to set up camp. And I'm not about to be a lumberjack murderer. Because someone could say, oh, you could just cut all the trees down. Mass deforestation is already a problem. No, come on now. Come on. It's a no. But also, it's 8. So I would choose to live there over other places. Wait a minute. Is my own list wrong? Am I convincing myself? Because the next station, number 7, Motokaji, is a station full of sentient immobile statues. Yeah, I think my own list is wrong. Because these statues, they are people, like I've said, but they cannot move. They are frozen where they are. So you could have a conversation with them. You could get to know each person. You could care for the statues, build a relationship. Not like a weird relationship, but like be the caretaker. They also have running water, which at other stations you'd have to just completely bring in and build the infrastructure. Yeah, no, I'm not Handy Manny or Bob the Builder for that matter. Number 6, Higashi Hano. This is the land of raining golf balls. And yeah, they are probably human. Or they're not. Which is why it's not as low, it's not lower on the list. Because I just think to myself, if I can just build enough of a structure and soundproof it, I won't have to think about golf balls hitting the roof. And if I do, let's hope I get desensitized and I just think it's hail. And every so often I'll come outside and sweep up the golf balls like a terrifying Top Golf. Speaking of sad, sad thoughts, number 5, Higashi Agano. The depressed mushroom place. Yes, we have reached the top 5. I genuinely wish I could put this at number 1. I genuinely wish this was the worst train station and I could just confidently avoid it and not have to pick between this and 4 other stations. But alas, yes, this is a station where you grow a mushroom and you become kind of numb. You become just at peace. This train station is the definition of ignorance is bliss, but ignorance will inevitably K-word you because that's how the mushrooms operate, right? I don't want to live like that. And I just feel like it would be too much hard work living in that, living in this town, trying to stave off essentially depressed thoughts. And if if the town people find out that there's a new member, oh nah, they are like a Jehovah's Witness. They are knocking on your door. This is not like I can live as a recluse. You probably could, but like those mushroom people get aggressive. They get vicious. I don't want to live like that every day. And at that point, you know what? Screw it. The mushrooms can win. I'm tired. You see how this, I'm predicting the cycle. I'm predicting predictions. Number 4, Coma, the land of living turnips. Living turnips who viciously and annoyingly scream. And they all have expressions. Yeah, I'm not the kind of person who has enough curiosity and patience and tolerance to like, do they stop screaming eventually? Can we cut these ones? Again, they're all probably humans. I get cut down these moving turnips? No. Yeah, no. My instincts are telling me to go the other way immediately. Do not engage. That's survival instinct 101. Okay. Moving on down the mountain. Number 3, Musashi Yokote. It's like the turnip one, but on drugs. It looks so innocent, and then it's not. And I don't want to show a clip to take away the pure fear and terror of just, heck no, dog. So all I'm going to say really here is humanoid goats. Violent humanoid goats. Silent, violent humanoid goats that will peer into your soul. If there's any reason to watch this show, it's to find the episode with the humanoid goats so you can experience what I experienced and know why it's number 3. Number 2, Hirabari Goaka, traumatic memories. That's it. That's the tweet. Yeah, I guess once you step foot in the station in this area, all your memories, traumatic ones, just are flashing through your head. It's probably, I don't know if I have to explain why constantly thinking about and living with your worst experience is not a great way to live. This is the real estate for you if you like, well, I guess If you're a masochist, I guess, this is the place for you. Stop on by. Get a condo. Assimilate. However, because of how this list goes, I would choose to live in traumatic memory land over our number one spot. For numerous reasons, I refuse. I cannot live here. I would rather live with the depressed mushroom people. I would rather live with the crazy goats. I'd rather live in a town where I might get turned into egg custard if I fall out of line. Number one, we have Higashi Kurume, the heavy itching station. Once you set foot upon this piece of land, this area, you are overcome with the intense desire to itch and scratch yourself. Saying it makes it seem like, okay, it's actually not that big of a deal. It's just itching. I itch my elbow sometimes. And then, no, but here it's constant. It does not stop. It puts the 24-7 in 24/7. Visually, it paints the truest of pictures in a way where, like, you hear constant heavy itching and your mind doesn't think about it, right? Because I feel like when we have the desire to itch, we quickly itch it and then the sensation goes away and we get back to doing whatever we're doing. And even in those some moments, we're like, okay, yeah, like my scalp is really itchy. I really gotta like low key scratch this for a good moment. Or I have a dry patch on my arm. I really gotta like scratch this for a good moment. Or I've never had chicken pox. Let me find some wood to knock on. But like people scratch there, right? And that like that desire to itch and how sometimes like when you really get into a good scratch, that's all you can low key think about for a moment, right? Like you can't do anything else. And so seeing these children and the dog, there's a dog in this show. I should have led with that. Itching with such just no self control. You can't eat, you can't sleep, you can't walk. It took everything out of them to even keep the train moving, dog. And you want me to live there? You want me to live there? Unfortunately, this place has been condemned. It is uninhabitable, unlivable, and it is the crown winner of the worst train station in Train to the End of the World. If you made it to the end, thanks. Bye.